both lacking women.
Damn.
Hey gang, I'm Will.
And Chase is who I am, and welcome back to That's Just WAC. We've got an MCU WAC draft for you. If you didn't watch our last video, the D&D WAC draft, here's the concept.
We draft characters.
This time from Marvel.
A property.
And
then we do
a debate
about things and why our team actually wins. Now the twist, we don't know what we're drafting for until it's time to debate.
We'll have to draft all of our number, however many that is, which we're going to find out in a second, before we draft, and then after we draft, we find out what it is, and we figure out who made the better team for whatever event we're looking at.
And as we determined in our last video, winner of the previous video gets their choice of first or second pick.
Now, this is snake draft, so that will mean that you'll pick, I'll pick, or vice versa, if you want to pick first or second. You won last time, so you get to pick if you want to go first or second.
I'll pick first.
He's picking first. All right, Daditor, hit us with it. How many are we drafting?
Oh
9.
gosh.
All right, there's a lot to do. We're going to have to keep this rapid fire. That's going to mean about 30 seconds per draft.
All right, Wong.
He's drafting Wong. All right, counter pick. I need a sorcerer. I'm going Doctor Strange.
At least we don't have to go through it alone, huh?
All right, I'm second. Good idea to have high technology. I want Tony Stark.
How about that?
Fanboy.
Damn.
I'm going to go with Nick Fury.
About damn time.
After that, I'm going to go with a good old classic Loki.
Ooh.
Our savior is here!
All right, I'm going to do the junior. I'm grabbing Spider-Man. He is well-rounded and versatile.
No, you're clarifying you're grabbing Tom Holland.
Well, yes, the Tom Holland Spider-Man. I'm not drafting Tom Holland for this draft.
Really? I mean, great, cool.
Well, no, because now they're all technically, the live action are all technically MCU canon.
You know what? That's valid. That's valid. That should be Peter 1. Next, we need comedy. We need jokes. We need Jimmy Woo.
Did you want to grab dinner or something?
Speaking of comedy, Peter 3.
Okay. That's Garfield's, right?
Yeah, my boy, Andrew Garfield.
You did a great job.
All right, that means I get another. We're both lacking women.
Damn.
Women.
So I'm gonna pick, I'm gonna go with Black Widow.
All right, that's your next. I want kindness. I want friendship. I want Groot.
Which group? Group 1 or Group 2?
Group 2, but in his most recent form and appearance as of Guardians 3.
Group 2, thick Groot.
And then I would like... I'm gonna go... Peggy Carter.
Peggy.
Has the ability to do some fighting if needed, but otherwise generally just a good, well to put together person.
Alright.
I can do more than that.
I'm gonna go with Scott Lang.
Good pull.
And then...
Respect.
We could use some help.
After that... See, I've got magic. I've got intelligence and smarts. I've got more magic and charisma. I've got strength, powers, and general spider stuff. I've got Black Widow. Scott Lang brings kindness and hearts. I'm gonna go Black Panther.
We must find a way.
Legitimate pick. Good call. I am going to go with... Don't know what it's for, but I'm going Kate Bishop.
Just stay put and stay out of this.
Pick 8. I'm going for Shang-Chi.
It's Shang-Chi.
All right.
You're at 7, so these are your last 2.
My last 2. I feel like I gotta grab my man, my dude, the original Captain America.
What do you think?
Quality guy.
We all love Cap.
Big fan.
And then last but certainly not least, gonna go and grab Star-Lord.
Bring it down hard!
To wrap it all up, give me one more of our initial big three. The last one on the table, I'm taking Thor.
You people are so petty and tiny.
All right, teams put together, 9 each. That means that it is time for the big reveal. Editor, give it to us. What have we drafted for? Baseball game. Okay.
Baseball.
Well, in the classic swing and a miss, 3 strikes, you're out. I play sports. Which one of our teams is taking the win here?
Early on, we were both picking, obviously we need to set some parameters.
Yeah.
I think it's safe to say limited magic.
Right.
We can't be having Wong and Doctor Strange creating portals so the ball just flies into their mitts.
We can say they can extend their reach by having a magic hand that's twice as big, so they can go a little bit further. But they can't just straight into their hand.
Someone like Iron Man can't just create nanotech that wins.
Right.
As he likes to
I think
do.
we take flying off the table in general.
Flying, but not agility. So Spider-Man can jump around.
Yeah.
And use and if they have just general super strength.
Right. I think Spider-Man's allowed to try and whip the ball into his hand.
No, I'm gonna go with no on that one.
Okay.
No, I'm gonna go with no. He's too good at it.
Well, we both have a Spider-Man.
Right, but it's better to.
But it'd ruin the game for everyone else.
It would ruin the game, so it's better just to say they can jump, they can use their super strength, they can use their agility.
Mm-hmm.
They cannot just thwip to win. I mean, just look at my team. We're more athletic.
Okay, so you've got Black Widow,
Yeah.
base athleticism. She'd be a good base runner.
Mm-hmm.
Black Panther's got a good hit, good run. Captain America, same thing. You have a Spider-Man. I have a Spider-Man.
Yeah.
If you do a breakdown on analysis of who's the strongest, who's the best, they always come out pretty darn close.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like Garfield's might be the fastest, but Tom Holland's has proven the biggest strength. So that one's a bit of a wash.
But we gotta think about this though.
I'm not seeing a lot of athleticism coming out of Wong. Nick Fury by himself, I'm not seeing much. Loki's a lot of magic, so I'm not seeing him doing too well either.
However, one thing we do have to consider, we put Andrew Garfield at catcher, being able to just throw out those mad quips that he throws out compared to Tom. He's gonna throw off some batters. Jimmy Woo's gonna get overwhelmed when Andrew Garfield starts talking about how lame his fit is and how he's gonna wreck his mom later.
That's fair enough. Now, we both have one sorcerer, and I'd say I'm going to toss it out there by a small margin, not a lot. Strange is a little bit more athletic. Wong doesn't have a build quite as much for running. Iron Man,
He's
a guy.
Outside of the suit.
Aside
he's
from
a
the
guy.
mind, he's not going to do too well. Both of our Spider-Mans, it's kind of a wash.
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy Woo's kind of like Nick Fury in terms of baseball capabilities.
Yeah.
I think that's a bit even.
Groot 2, probably a bit more athletic.
Groot's
than some.
sizable. He's got a good catching range.
He's likely to be slow getting on a base, though. If he can't get on first, he just won't do well.
Right. But he's not one of our key runners.
Right.
That's the point, is he's going to be a great outfielder.
The way I'm reading your current lineup, your best athletic capability.
Are all at the end.
Yeah.
Peggy,
Spider-Man.
innately quite athletic. Spider-Man, good.
Yeah, Spider-Man, but he's also young and can probably easily get in his own head about anxiety and wanting to impress Iron Man.
That's true. I did put him on the same team. I hadn't thought about that. Now, that said, I think the innate rivalry, Doctor Strange and Wong. Strange is the one who's going to try and push himself because he's annoyed that Wong is Sorcerer Supreme right now. So
But-
he's going to try and step up and outshine Wong.
However, if we're going to make them hold the bat with their hands, Strange kind of can't too.
He's not, again, Strange I'm not counting on being my best batter. Strange, once again, like Wong, they're going to be better outfielders. My batters are towards the end with the more innately strong ones. Shang-Chi, Thor, Spider-Man. If they can bat Groot even, if he can hit, which I think his accuracy is going to be low, but if he can hit, it's going far. I think, Peggy, good, naturally athletic, all around. Same for Kate Bishop in the same regard. I've got the key martial artist who's got to be probably the most athletic pick across the board. I'd say at the very least rivaling Black Panther, if not outshining.
Captain
And then,
America.
okay, Captain America's cheating. Thor's a god, so we both have cheaters.
Thor's a god. They're aliens who are worshipped as such.
Sure, but Captain America's just got special juice. Which is better, special blood or special juice?
Mental stability, which Thor lacks.
Okay, mental stability in a baseball game. I think you're playing that angle too much. I don't think that mental stability is doing as much for you as you think it is.
Thor's gonna break down and cry when he sees Loki, and that's gonna really throw him off. And
Darn, I didn't think about that.
yeah. And he's gonna get scared that Loki's gonna turn into a snake and bite him again.
Under the implications, like I've used for Wong and the Spider-Man Iron Man, if it's current MCU, Thor is totally breaking down when Loki steps onto the field.
And, I mean, Black Panther, Captain America, both are stellar athletes. Cap chased down a moving car, kept up with Black Panther, who at the time was one of the more faster, more athletic builds. Star-Lord, he really do just be a guy after Guardians too.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I mean, I think we've got Star-Lord, Iron Man. They're both
Yeah.
just kind of guys outside the tech that they have.
I feel like Star-Lord just being, no, he would neither have real baseball experience outside of maybe Peter played T-ball when he was a boy.
Right. We see a little bit of more Star-Lord as a boy,
Yeah.
but we don't know what Stark had. We don't know what Tony had.
Yeah.
Strange and Wong, it's close, but again, I think Strange has a slight win out there. I think it's hard to call the difference between the two Spider-Men. That's kind of a wash.
Yeah. You got Peggy, who's just kind of a woman. Just kind of a regular person.
I'm sorry, did you just call Peggy a regular person?
Which Peggy did you draft?
Drafted Peggy Carter. We're talking
No.
MCU,
No. Which?
main content continuity. I'm not talking...
You're not talking Captain Carter.
Sure, it's not Captain Carter, but still, we're looking at someone who is like... What is she, lieutenant level in the Army?
Sure, but she's still, compared to the rest of your team, on Jimmy Woo level of person.
I think she's more athletic
She's
and
more
capable
athletic.
than Wu.
But she's not more. She's not.
Like,
on the
she's
tier.
beating out Wong
Yeah.
in base athleticism. She's beating out Nick Fury in base.
Base
Yeah.
athleticism.
Sure.
Mr.
Show me up like
Mr.
that.
Sports guy.
Obviously, she doesn't beat out Black Widow, but Scott Lang, if he ain't got shrink technology, he's an okay built guy. But I think Peggy, with her status in the Army, beats that out. And that's like the lower end of my people who are actually athletic and pretty good at what they do. Kate probably beats her out. I mean, she's got to be sharp as one of the best archers we've ever seen. We know she's innately athletic and just good at that sort of thing. Mm-hmm. And we're looking at, the person who's athleticism championed in any Marvel movie we've seen so far in Shang-Chi. And Captain America versus Thor, we've got two people who are far beyond human level. They're both going to be excellent batters, to say the least. But
we're basically going to see a thing of
Thor uses a hammer. Captain America uses a shield. I think Thor wins the batting game.
Thor swapped to an axe and Captain America picked up the hammer.
Sure, but Captain America's experience with the hammer compared to Thor's experience with the hammer.
Again, current breakdown. Thor gets any chance to use a hammer or a beating weapon, he might break down and cry. Much like the song that was the anthem for Love and
You want to
Thunder.
pull like middle of Love and Thunder. Let's talk end of Love and Thunder when he is back to I have a purpose for living again. It's sad that these things have happened to me, but I have love and I'm going to keep on trekking in my life.
Are you going to explain more about that or just state a fact?
He's not going to break down as easily as you think he is. You're talking like middle of Love and Thunder, ready to drop and cry at any moment. Into Love and Thunder, he wakes up and it's like, all right, cool, let's eat some pan flaps and go kill those bad guys. He's ready for it. He's just out there. He's lost people, sure, but he's gotten to the point where he is now moved into the acceptance stage of the 5 stages of grief.
Sure. We've made arguments. I think it's time to go to Dad. Because we can do this all day with going in circles of saying, well, you got Jimmy Woo. Well, you've got Nick Fury. That's just a guy. That's just also a guy. We've got Wong, Nick Fury, Loki, Spider-Man, Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. in particular Black Widow, Scott Lang, Chadwick Boseman, Black Panther, Captain America, Steve Rogers, and Star-Lord.
And on my side, we have Doctor Strange, Iron Man, Tony Stark from the MCU, Spider-Man, the Tom Holland one, also from the MCU, Jimmy Woo, Groot 2, so after Guardians 1, but the one as of most recent Guardians 3 that we saw him, Peggy Carter, not Captain Carter, Kate Bishop, Shang-Chi, and Thor. We turn it over one final time. The editor. He debates, he thinks, he wonders. Will the editor deliver his final verdict to us? What will he say? Don't leave us hanging. You've got to be kidding me.
It's officially a streak, baby.
What is this about? Come on. Spider-Man ties out Spider-Man. Iron Man, Scott Lang, call it even because of the tech. Strange beats out Wong by a small margin. Nick Fury's a guy. I have a guy, it's Jimmy Woo. I've got Groot, Peggy, Kate Bishop, Shang-Chi, and Thor for my top 5. He's got Loki, and we called off Magic. Black Widow, Black Panther, Star-Lord, who again is a guy without his tech, and Captain America. My higher end stacked.
Hey, you can argue all you want, but sore losers aren't appreciated here.
The reality is the final verdict was handed down, and that means that I must go commit honorable Sudoku.
No, that's not what that means. It means that currently, score's 2-2. And
2, we've only done this twice.
2-0. You made me say it's 2-0. I was done.
I know, I just wanted to be fair. Even if it's not.
Anyway, but I think that's all we have time for in this video.
And hey, just remember that that's just WAC.
See you next time.